How would you like to build AI that honors your vision and authentically clones yourself for under $20? In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you how to do this yourself and how I answered 10 questions one time. And now an AI writes content for me in my own voice that my audience swears is me. And the best part, I'm not the one burning the hours on it. My emails still go out daily. My clients still get their content, and I still record videos for you like this while I still get to spend time with the people that I love. Now, I get it. You're probably getting buried right now in your feed about one prompt for all of your emails, one prompt to go viral, one prompt for everything, endless hacks. But the truth is, if you stack 100 hacks on a foundation that was never yours, then all that comes out is you sounding like everybody else. And the people you were meant to reach scroll right past because they can't feel your authenticity in it. And that's what most people miss, because people can't always tell when they're being lied to, but they can always feel when something is authentic. So we're gonna do the opposite. We're gonna slow down the process of building with AI and start from the ground up. The same way that you build a house, we're gonna build a foundation first. Get that right, and the people that are meant to find you will, because they'll feel you, and they'll trust that you have what they are looking for. I'm King Kanyini, an authentic AI architect. And every time you see me, I'm cutting through the AI hype to the core of how it actually helps you build and scale, without losing the soul of why you started the business that you created in the first place. And real quick, if you're into building authentic AI that honors your vision, hit that like and subscribe button so you can receive more content like this. It's also how this reaches more people who are doing the same thing that you are. Okay, let's jump back in. That foundation is what I call the voice DNA blueprint. And by the end of this, you'll know exactly how to build your very own. This is the same structure that I use to make AI sound like me and my clients without them having to do 80% of the work. All they do is look at what I sent them, add their magic to it, and approve it. 5 minutes instead of 5 hours. And when you have your own voice DNA blueprint, day one, you police it less. You ask it for a post or an email, and then you add your own magic to it. You're not rewriting the whole thing. Later, when it runs on its own, you trust what comes out. No more sitting there afraid it's going to post something that sounds nothing like you and blow up one of your accounts. Instead, imagine getting an email back from someone saying, "Wow, thank you for what you shared today. It really, really resonated and connected with me." You feel the impact of your AI that's creating based off of your own principles and ethics, because it's built on your authentic message and the purpose that you're here to serve. Think about it as teaching a kid how to treat others as they'd like to be taught. And when they come back from school, they have a report card giving them a gold star because of the principles that you taught them. It doesn't feel like you're diluting your message. It feels like your message is actually expanding into the world and your vision is helping to make the world a better place. That is what we do with authentic AI systems, and that is what the basis of the voice DNA blueprint is. How does that sound? All right, so in order to make this a possibility, there are 5 steps to building this one foundation. They are the interview process itself, how you answer those questions, and then those 2 things go into building your voice DNA profile, the 3rd step. Once you have that built, then you install it into your Claude or your ChatGPT or your Claude Code or Quark, whatever you're using. Highly recommend Claude Code. And if you want to learn how to do that, there are other workshops that I teach you to go from 0 to 1 in working with Claude Code. But if you're still on level 1 or level 2 of working with AI, where you're using it as an advanced chatbot or prompt engineering, then you can still install it there. The point is once you install it, the last step that most people skip is to iterate and build with it and teach it, again, how to implement your voice DNA blueprint in a way that matches how you speak. Now, with all those steps laid out, let's get to the first one, the actual interview. Today, we're going to unlock level 1 of the voice DNA blueprint, which includes 5 podcast questions. And this process is fun because I picked these questions from some of the best podcaster personalities in the world. So that doesn't feel like work. It feels like an engaging interview. You'll go through some of your absurd habits, your billboards, what makes you feel seen, the failure that made you, and the words that make you cringe, right? Now, again, this is the level 1 blueprint. If you want to go deeper, there's a business bottleneck breakthrough quiz that's attached in the comments below that will eventually give you access to the level 3 voice DNA blueprint. But today, you're going to see me interview myself on the first 5 questions. Fair warning, you're going to learn some pretty private things about me, some things that only my wife knows. Now, this leads us to step number 2, because doing the interview process is one thing, but it depends on how you answer the questions. That really is what allows AI to mimic and learn the essence of who you are. So while you're answering, there's 3 things that are really important. You want to speak into the microphone like this. So I use Wispr. And again, if you don't have a Wispr account, I'll put the link in the comments. Highly recommend using Wispr because again, we're talking about 10xing our productivity. I can speak 10 to 20 times faster than I can type. And you can too, I promise. So that's going to be step 1. Make sure you're using Wispr to type in, to talk into AI. And then step number 2 is you want to be raw. You want to let it know the cadence in which you speak, the words that you use in between. Don't try and make it be polished. Let it just be raw, authentically who you are, because that's the other part, is that once AI is learning how you speak and the cadence, then it's also able to mimic it better. Because one of the ways that people know that AI is speaking now is when it comes out perfect. So we don't want it to be perfect. We want it to be raw and authentically who you are, which leads to the 3rd step, which is being honest. And this means that you really want to, as the bee in Aladdin says, you want to be yourself. Let your quirks come out. Lean into the things that are ridiculous, that really anger you or really put you on your own soapbox. Let that all come out now. Again, the more that you lean into the edges of who you are, the more the AI can also embody those edge cases. Because it's really good at doing, the 50-60% of like the middle road of who you are. But if you don't give it the edge cases, the part that makes us human, our own quirks, then it also can't replicate it. So those are the 3 steps. Speak into Wispr, be raw, and let your normal way that you speak come out, and be completely honest. The more weird, the more messy you are, the more magic that AI is going to be able to bring back on the other side. So that being said, let's get into the first question. So question number 1 is, what are the unusual habits or absurd things that you love? The weirder, the better. So the unusual habits or absurd things that I love is, I'm a gamer, so I love playing video games. And what I recently discovered was that life is the ultimate video game. And so I love looking at how life is happening through me instead of happening to me. I try to figure out, what is the challenge that's happening in this moment? How can I level up through it? The lessons from these things. And what I've had to learn sometimes is to not be annoying with other people, and be like, what's the lesson of this? And just be silent and listen. I have a trick of also remembering people's names, which is really quirky, is I'll take like an association. So if like the name is Bob, then I might like see something bobbing on top of his head or see him bobbing in the water. I love sports. I love snowboarding. I love anything active. I love waterfalls, love going on hikes. One of my habits is picking my nose, so I try to do that as less as possible. That's probably a weird quirk that I try not to let. I also fart a lot. If I don't eat cheese, they don't stink. And one of the other things, I run multiple businesses. So I have a healing collective that I co-run with my wife. We have a retreat center in Ecuador that we run. I still have my finance job. I'm a best-selling author. I wrote the book, The Life, the Ultimate Video Game. And so that's, again, a lot of those principles. I teach authentic AI coaches. So I go into 6 and 7 figure businesses, and I help them, where are they needed? I also DJ, produce. That's something that I love. I really love taking 2 pieces of music that may not have blended together and just creating a really nice mix. I love seeing people dance and see people sweat on the floor. That really excites me. Wow, that's very interesting. Okay, so question number 2. If you had a giant billboard seen by millions, what would each one say, and why those? Wow, okay, that's a great question. So if I had a billboard seen by millions, what would each one say and why? So one definitely is going to be, life doesn't happen to you. Life happens for you to learn from, overcome, and level up. And the reason why is because I do think that life is creating opportunities for us to gain experience points. And every time that we see life is happening to us, we miss out on those experience points, and we have to wait for that situation to happen again. Whereas if I see life is happening for me, just like in Mario or any other video game if you played, is that if I defeat those enemies or if I overcome them, now those enemies are going to help propel me into a higher level. And so instead of having to start the level over because I lost, I now get the opportunity to go into the next level and gain more experience points. Another billboard that I would have up is, and this goes to some of the Buddhist teachings that I have learned, which is to express joy for those that do not have the space to be happy, and to be present with the pain for those that do not have space to express their sadness. And so I think about the wars that are happening in the world. I think about all the pain that's going on in the world, and there are people who don't have space to even cry. And so if I have space to actually cry and be sad, then feel that. Don't compartmentalize it, because there are people who don't have the luxury to cry. The last one that I actually will have is Aho Ashe Kawabunga. And so Aho means Aho Matikyase, which means for all my relations. Ashe also is a Yoruba language. It also means the same thing for my relations. And then Kawabunga is just a silly, right, from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Kawabunga, and it's just an exclamation of joy and bliss. And I like to say that people ask for peace on earth. I ask for play on earth. I think that peace on earth is a great place to start. And then once we've reached a place of peace, it's remembering to play, because that's what we came here for. Okay, wow. Thank you for sharing that. And again, we're trying to make sure that people also do this as well. So let's make sure we're kind of speeding this one up. Let's do this one like rapid fire. Okay? All right, cool. So what's something that people have said to you recently that made you feel really seen? And what were they responding to? Oh, I really want to go deep on this one, but I'll refrain. One thing that actually just happened an hour ago, as a part of our Authentic AI Systems community, we do a coffee with Kanyini every Thursday from noon to 12, where it's basically a co-working session where I walk people through what they're doing and how I'm thinking and building with AI so they can continue to level up their own Claude Code systems. And one thing one of my clients said that's in that community said is that they really appreciated my presence, and that not just my presence, but the presence that my wife and I bring into the world, especially when it comes to working with AI, because there's so much hype in this space. And to know that there's somebody out there who is a purpose-driven entrepreneur, who's helping other entrepreneurs also utilize AI in a way that expands their vision without watering down their message, is inspiring to him. And he said, your message is needed. Please keep doing it. And so I really appreciate that, because sometimes when I'm looking online and there's all these new things that are coming out AI, like even I can get caught up in the hype. And so it really helped to ground me in my message and to maintain that. Yeah, I feel that for sure. 2 more questions. This is a good one. I know you're going to want to put more into this, but again, let's keep it short and fast. What are the failures or apparent failures that set you up for who you are now? Do you have a favorite? Please tell us your favorite. The failures or apparent failures, what a lot of people don't know is that I built a 7-figure business in finance. And over the course of the last couple of years, between clients just leaving the business, retiring, I ruptured my Achilles at the same time. I was super active playing basketball and stuff like that, so wasn't able to go out and interact with clients. I had to really sit down and look at myself in the mirror, and that's when I made the choice to switch into the business that I'm doing now, which is helping entrepreneurs build and grow through themselves. And so that's including getting my PhD and doctorate in integrative medicine. As my income from the 7-figure business basically has dwindled, I've lost about 80% of that. It's actually been a function of focusing on what my actual purpose is in the world, and using all the tools that I learned to build that 7-figure business to also apply it to helping other people build 6- and 7-figure business, but in their purpose-driven work, in work that's actually helping to make the world a better place. So that is my favorite, and it's the one thing that I feel like helps to ground me. This is a fun one. What are the words or phrases? Wow, that's a great question.
Do everyone say in your
answer.
space that make you cringe?
Now,
why do each one?
What are the words
why does each one
or phrases
wrong?
that this is really important for you to dive into this, because these are the things you don't want AI to say for you. One is you're not broken. That's some AI saying a lot. The word tapestry that got killed by AI a long time ago. Woo woo. Anything that talks about woo. I'm like, I actually think that the energetic world is more real than anything else. Also, like when AI says like this is you or this is you, or uses analogies that don't make sense, it actually confuses. Like analogy is supposed to simplify things. Like that really makes me cringe as well. So I'm not gonna things that make me cringe from other people and also what AI is saying. Now we're back. I want to remind you, those cringe words from the last question, those become your guardrails, right? So AI never writes them back to you. So now that we have your voice profile, one document that holds your tone, your phrases, your rules, there's two ways you can install it. You can either install it directly into Claude, right? So you're going to open up Claude. You're going to find the voice DNA blueprint. Click here to add files. And right here, right, I have my voice DNA. Load that in. And then you're going to just say into Wispr Flow, hey, this is my voice DNA. Can you make sure that when I'm writing new content that you always use this? Please interview me if you need to know how to use it. And so again, I have my own voice DNA blueprint that's been created. You answer those questions. If you want to have it done for you, again, in the link in the comments, there is a business breakthrough bottleneck quiz that you can take that will ask you these questions and then build it into the specific format that I use to get the most out of it. It'll take about 15 minutes. And not only will you have your own voice DNA blueprint that you can upload, but you'll also know the bottleneck in your business and how to build your first freedom bot to free it up. So as we're going through, right, it's going to be asking specifically what it needs. It might interview on different questions. Just go through that yourself. And the other way you can do it if you have a pro account is you can go into your projects, start a new project, and then you upload the voice DNA, a specialist and a build prompt from doing that quiz, and you can upload it here. You can create content, say, hey, can you create content based on my voice DNA blueprint? And it will do all those things. So that's how you install it, and that's how you also put it to work. And another key here is that once you have this thing installed, the most important thing is that you are using iterations. So this is the key that most people miss, is that when it writes it for you, when you have it create something for you, afterwards, if you need it to do something more. So as an example, right, I'll say, hey, can you create 5 pieces of content based off of my voice that speak on how to utilize AI consistently, utilizing the best practices of social media as if you were a social media manager. You hit enter on that, and it will do that same thing. It's going to it's going to look at your voice, it's going to build it out, and then we'll see what it gets. And when it comes back, this is what we're going to do. All right, cool. Now that it's back, you actually review it and say, hey, can you review these contents that you wrote? Make sure that you take out any AI isms that I have in my voice DNA, and make sure that you grade this on a scale from 0 to 10, and I want the content to be a 9.0 or above. And what that's going to do is now we're going to create iteration. And I love to say iteration speeds to shipping. And so we're building iteration by utilizing our voice DNA blueprint, not just on the front end, right? We talk about the prompt sandwich. It has the knowledge base underneath to create. It has the skill of creating the content. And then it has the grading part that builds iteration and keeps it building to our gold standards, which is the voice DNA blueprint that we created. So we hit enter on that. So we have some nice content here. AI won't replace you. Someone using it like you're afraid to will. The thinking stays mine, the lens stays mine. The machine just makes the output land faster. The weird is the moat, right? And again, remember, your voice DNA blueprint isn't the thing that's going to make it 100% day one. It's going to get it to 80% of what you want, and then you tweak it and add your magic to it so that it can learn more from you. So it iterates it, and at the very end, you can say, hey, can you update the voice DNA blueprint based off of what you learned today? So that's what we learned today. I want to just thank everybody for taking part of this experience. And again, if any of this lands and you want this done for you, again, if you click below, there's a quiz that you can take that will build your voice DNA blueprint, that'll tell you the bottleneck that you are in your business, and that will give you your first freedom bot build. And again, once you have all those done, all you have to do is save them into MD files, install them into your Claude or Claude Code, and then put them to work. You hand it your DNA blueprint and it does the work for you. And again, like as I said, you're not starting at 0% where you have to do all the work yourself. You're starting at close to 90% and inserting the 10% that's your magic. And again, last plug, I promise. If you want your voice DNA blueprint built for you, there's a link below that will break through the bottleneck in your business and give you the voice DNA blueprint all for free. I built this app myself. It costs about $1,000 in tokens, but I wanted to give it to you so that you can have actually not only access this, but see the power of what authentic AI can do for you. And with that, I'm going to be closed. Thank you so much for being a part of this experience. And again, if you are an entrepreneur that's looking for AI to expand your vision without watering down your message, then hit that like and subscribe button and join the Authentic AI community, because that's the whole reason that I make these videos, to help you cut through the noise of cookie cutter AI solutions and use authentic AI to expand your vision and not flatten it, so you can put the hours back into the only work that you can do, while authentic AI systems take care of the work that anybody can do. And with that, I will see you on the next video. Aho, ashe, cowabunga.